Good. Hello? Is everybody? Oh, maybe if I bounce it. Ugh, it's so yellow. The light is so yellow. Hello, everyone. Ugh, hideous. Better light, worse light. Oh my God, the lighting is atrocious, and I'm so sorry. Maybe everyone should just watch this in spaces. That's a little better, I guess. Oh my God, I have this lamp that's providing the light, and it's all like yellowy, and I feel bad, and I feel like I look jaundiced, quite frankly, and I'm not that crazy. Ugh, hideous human being. You ought to be ashamed of you. There's no better way to get lighting in this hotel. I am in a hotel. Hello, everyone. Let's just look at the underwear and get that out of the way. I got these blue Calvins on. They look like they're black because the lighting is atrocious. Let me see. What is this, a lamp? Does this lamp help anything? No, it's just yellow. I look so yellow, and I'm so sorry. But this is the underwear. What if I point it? Does this help? It's just yellowed. It's hideous. I feel so bad. I want to apologize to everybody for the jaundiced lighting. That's a little better. Everyone should just switch over to spaces and avoid this abomination. I am so very sorry. Ty is here. Ty, good morning. Hopefully Sunday morning is treating you well. I miss seeing you. Yes, how are you feeling? Tired, haggard, and yellowed. It's a hotel. I slept with the TV on. I can't remember what it was. Maybe Saturday Night Live was on or something. And then I woke up like 3 o'clock in the morning to just some sort of preacher shit. And it kind of fucks with your head when you're half asleep. And that's frightening, and it disturbs me. Julio said, good morning, RJ. I thought I was going to be lost again. Well, you're not. I hope you're doing good, babe. Again, I'm haggard and yellowed. This looks like a detective film from the 70s. Erica is here. Hello, Erica. Fine emojis you're using. Clint said, that place got to be good for you. Hello there, everyone. How are you doing these days? I guess I'm good. Sussy or Susie said, good morning, RJ. Do you prefer to play with a controller or a keyboard? The keyboards I have are very small. They're usually for typing. So I prefer using a controller. That way I can smash the buttons. And like I need the mental switch over of no more typing. It's game time. And that helps when I'm playing Streets of Rage or Sea of Thieves. Susie said, good morning, everyone. Have a nice Sunday. Mia is here. Good morning, Mia. Good morning, JD. Missy said good morning. RJ said top of the morning. I think we're past the top. We're fringing on the afternoon. JD say, RJ, can you aim the lamp at the wall for bounce light? That's what I'm doing. That was my initial, and it's just been a disaster ever since. Spot Center said, what's your favorite hotel room? Oh, Rachel said, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, Rachel. Spot Center said, what's your favorite hotel room movie? I hated the one with John Cusack. I hated the one with Jim Carrey. I mean, obviously, The Shining, although I don't necessarily think that's in a room, is many rooms. Is there one that's just in a hotel room? I'm going to go default The Shining. I'm trying to think of another movie, a hotel movie. Can't think of one. It'll come to me later. Give me time. Nell said it's not hideous. I would like to take a moment to thank Nails because she does so much stuff that no one explicitly asked her to do, in the sense that we're not asking her to work for free. However, she does such amazing things that I don't know what I would do without her. And I don't know what any other wrestlers would be doing without her, like Ethan Page and Danhausen. She's a gift machine, and she's such an ardent supporter. And this morning, it's so weird. I realized I expect her retweet of my tweet, and I go, oh my God, where is she? I hope she's okay. And obviously, she was watching the pay-per-view last night and probably didn't go to bed until like 4 o'clock in the morning. And she woke up and she's like, I'm tired. And that makes sense. But she's tired, as am I. She got up for no reason. I have a reason to do this. It's my anxiety. And then she gets up because she's a fucking ardent supporter. And I cannot say she's a backbone of such a community. So thank you, Nails. What a grateful guy. Thank you. Erica said, RJ, stoked to catch my first stream a few minutes before heading into the big event. I hope you have a great day. I hope you say hi to the people at the biggest ones. just the biggest ones. The smaller ones kind of lessens the size of the event, so it's not that exciting. Say hi to anyone I know. Keller said the king in yellow, I guess. Spot Center said it's going to rain today. Mia said the underwear is nice. Thank you. Neil said, what are you up to? Is this trip in Fury worth it? Yes, it's where, I mean, the Fury exists no matter where I am. The trip is worth it. I'm up to some weird things. I don't know, and you don't want to say them until sometimes, first of all, I'm not a guy who tweets big things. I abhor the people who tweet big things, number one. And number two, sometimes I'd rather stuff come out and I just do stuff and you see it when it's done. I've done so many things, as my members know, that I've worked on and then haven't been things that I usually don't like to talk about them at all. But all in all, I think it'll be worth it. Nail said, what coffee are you drinking? Here's the deal. I had to go get Starbucks, unfortunately, because I needed some and it was across the street. And I blew it. I usually tell them my name is Doug. And I blew it because I paid with the app. And the app has my name, so they knew my name, which sucks. However, live, I will be making this Cuisinart coffee machine just for comparison's sake. So there's going to be a lot of coffee on the go. There's two different kinds here. There's Tazza Italia and there's Lavazza. You can't see them because the lighting is horrible. Just go to Spaces. And this is a 2-cup maker. So I thought I'd make one of each and then compare. And also, if you're lucky, I'll contrast for you too. SM is celebrating an SM anniversary of 19 months as a Key to the City member. And SM said, calm down, RJ, you look nice. Thank you. RJ Ramos, also known as the other RJ, says, oh Lord, I've lost my place. Hope everyone has an overwhelmingly mediocre day. It's so mediocre that it nauseates you. JM Zilla said, I hope you have something better than hotel room coffee. Well, yeah, I've explained this. Christine said, it looks like a Turner colorization of a black and white movie, but you still look adorable. Thank you. They're remastering me. Gord Swan says, good morning. Major FOMO said, yesterday, while debating the musical evolution of Pearl Jam, my wife dropped the word gestalt, and I immediately thought of you. Somebody was rounding the bases on gestalt last night that I was talking to, but I can't remember the word they were using. I almost started laughing. Ethereal, maybe. When you get you say ethereal, gestalt is coming right up. Erin is here and she said, good morning, good morning to you. Leo said, 60-second scene. You were consoling Ben after he split with his girlfriend, but he had a really funny cry. You're trying not to laugh. Ben, could be any Ben. Any Ben USA. Okay. Consoling Ben, but he has a funny cry and you're trying not to laugh. Ben, it is going to be okay. These things happen. You got to give yourself some time. You got to give yourself some space and patience. In the moment, it's not very good, but notice how you feel. And you're going to, okay. Sure, let it out. Let it. Wow. No. I mean, wow. I'm admiring your ability to express your emotions. They are great. Do you need tissue or some sort of muffle? No, it's just, I wouldn't make that noise before the tears fly. It sounds like a wind up to something else and it threw me. Okay, we're expressing emotions. You're sad because of the breakup. I'm thrown because of the sound you just made before the crying. Yeah, it's just, no, it's very somber. And I respect your ability to emote in a variety of ways. No, this is a cry. And scene. You see, I turned it around on him. Mia said, by the way, Starbucks peppermint mocha coffee is nasty. Shit. And I like peppermint. I just don't like futz around with my coffee in that manner. Sean said, hey, yo, Cullies, hi, RJ. Are we talking about nails? I love nails. Erin says she loves nails. Nail said, oh my God, I set my alarm at 8:30 for your tweet incoming, and then I slept until just before 9 a.m., and I feel like I failed you. It's so funny. I was like, oh, like my brain was primed for that tweet, and I didn't realize it until it wasn't there. You don't know what you've got until it's gone. But Joni seemed to know. Mina Coletta said, good morning, RJ. Hope you had a great week. If you are not familiar with Mina Coletta, please, please, please follow her on Twitter and Instagram. She did the wonderful high anxiety alternate bag. Very film noir and other fantastic art. Do go follow and enjoy. Shan said, morning chat, morning RJ, pants off, coffee on. I have not put the pants, just there's been no pants this morning. D said, hello to you. D Cell said hello. D hello. Leo said, do you think it was weird that yesterday's main event featured two men with dry, long hair? I used to like wet my hair. And it sucked in the winter and I would always get sick. Now I've just like wet this and stuff so it doesn't fly away. And yeah, do I think it's weird? No, I think it speaks to the progression of the industry. JD said, any port in a storm, RJ? And I have no idea what that means. Andrea is here. Hey, I'm here. Yes, you are. Hello, Andrea. Also, go follow and enjoy Andrea's writings and things. Erin has been a member for 19 months and uses the Andre the Giant emoji to remind you to hit the like button, which is adorable. Rob said, Doug Funny is your coffee name? No, just Doug. And some people, it's so weird. I'll be like, what's your name? I'll be like, Doug. And they'll put either D-U-G or D-O-G. And I'm like, if you thought my name was fucking Dog? I mean, I'm not that much of an asshole. Rachel said, why do you tell them your name is Doug? I have this it's a little moment to role play, a little fantasy where I can be Doug. And the great moment for me is when they make the coffee and then they go, Doug, and I get to go, yes. That to me is just bliss. Sean said, if I can put over nails for a second, she's become one of my favorite people over the last 2 years. And it's just so consistently sweet and open to talk about whatever. And I don't know, I'm running out of, and he did. Well, that's the bounty of nails that is overflowing with us all. Nail said, funnily enough, if RJ doesn't send his Sunday tweet on time or sets the stream at the wrong time, I get anxiety and worry about RJ too. Nails has saved me on a couple of occasions because sometimes I'll be so tired that I'll schedule the live stream for like 8:30 and not realize it, or 10:30 and not realize it, and like immediately she'll be like, "What? Is everything okay? Is this a new time?" I'm like, "Oh no, I fucked up. I'm sorry. Thank you." She's the continuity supervisor. Val said, "Good morning, darlings. Good morning to you, Val." Liam said, "Good morning, Chad and RJ from England. I got here late. Glad to say I didn't miss the coffee and press, but I did miss the underwear." Liam, for you, they're blue Calvins, but the lighting is so bad. These sat low from how I'm sitting. Don't worry about it. Everyone's popping for pancakes. Leo said, did you hear Chris Pratt is voicing Doug in the new Doug movie? There is a fascinating story about how Doug transitioned from Nickelodeon to Disney. Remember, it was like brand spanking new Doug. There was a whole thing, it's a whole business. And then they changed and they made everything smoother. Poe Girl said, love your namesake coffee. I mean, I love it. I'm picky. Got my delivery last week. I love you too. And I will remind everyone, thank you, Poe Girl. You can now buy the coffee in a 1-pound bag, rootlesscoffee.com. People are loving it. And if you keep buying it, they'll keep putting other stuff out. So stay the course. Andrea said, let's talk about our cat at dinner last night. I had dinner with David last night, and he was wearing, as you saw, I think I posted on my Instagram, all stripes. Striped hoodie and striped long shorts. They were like red, white, and blue stripes. And then he took off the hoodie, revealing a T-shirt that was exactly the same. It was a striped, the whole outfit. And then high socks with his fucking name with the DA on it. And he also had a button with a smiley face. And he wore that because he knew it would upset me. And that he was so correct. And he was like, let's do a TikTok. I was like, okay. And he's like, all right, show off my outfit. And then you say something. I was like, motherfucker, I'm doing the work here. You're not doing shit. You just like a fool, which is nothing new. And now I have to comment on it. And as we started it, these people were about to walk by because we did it in the middle of the sidewalk. It was stupid. And they stopped nicely. They didn't want to cross the camera. And then once they figured out what it was, they just started crossing. They're like, this is stupid. This is a waste of our time. SM said, Can we get a mini hotel room tour? Yeah, this is the lamp. This is the wall. This is the curtains. Can't really tour. I have everything is like plugged in. There's more desk here and a mirror. And then maybe there's a couch. Oh, see. Let me see if I can turn this. There's a couch. Okay, are we good? Some nice floral pattern. Oh, now I've messed everything up. Does this help? Does this make it better or does it make it worse? This lighting here. No. Doesn't do anything. I've read now I have to set up everything all over again. Thanks, SM. Nell said, Po Girl, I'm picky. I love it too. It's coffee for people who often don't like coffee. And that's the way I want to live my life. Where did we go? Who did I miss? Sean's just yelling nails. Eric Bucksco said good morning. Leo said, did you see a lot of nude men in locker rooms? I'm currently working in a library in the same building as a gym and pool, and the toilet and the locker room have too many naked dudes. I mean, pre-pandemic, yes. I can't tell you the last time I saw anyone that was free and easy in the men's locker room at all. There's very few people in there now. I don't even think you're allowed to have showers where I go to the gym. So it's very like get in and get out kind of thing. Pee and leave. Sean's just a lot of Andre the Giant bombing going on here. Spot Center said, I sent you the video of Anthony Kingdom James dancing the Carlton on Twitter. It was after a match where he was called Uncle Phil. Did I miss this? When did you send it? I would love to see this. Neil said, I feel like you need more of a mustache to be Doug. There's a Doug look. My name's Doug. Doug is like, it's evolving into like a real good, strong dad name. Leo said, the whole name thing at Starbucks is the reason I won't go there. For some reason, that gives me anxiety. Leo, my theory, and I have very few conspiracy theories. This is one that Starbucks misspells the names on the cups on purpose. They'll tweet about them and talk about them. Think about it. If they just wrote Leo, normally, you'd be like, whatever. Yep, that's my name. But if they write Lieyo, you're like, what is this? You take a picture, you post it to Instagram. People talking about Starbucks. You admit to everyone that you have Starbucks. Leo said, I know a man who looks like Doug, aged 45. I think that's the age you have to be called Doug. Nobody names a baby Doug. Sean said, Nails is the lady that sits in the front of the boat and screams, row. No, she's doing the work. I say row. Because I'm not rowing. She's doing... You understand what I'm saying? I think you do. Sean said, we just read that. Rob said, yeah, she's an absolute cox. SM said, David is the new bozo. He can wear whatever he wants. No, there's a strict dress code for bozo. Sean said, did you and David watch Full Gear together? No, we did not. But he was in Full Gear. Leo said, does anyone think Eddie Kingston looks like Teddy from Bob's Burgers? I've never seen Bob's Burgers, although I was told I sound like someone on Bob's Burgers. Nevertheless, Eddie is wonderful. Andrea said, and you said tell them to keep walking. Yes, when those people wanted to cross, I'm like, just cross. Like, this is not worth your time, and I'm sorry. I felt bad. You stop the street to do a bit, and that's your bit. It's embarrassing. Really, really upset about it. Yeah, Rob, I want you to define absolute cocks, please. Nails just watched the TikTok. Sean said that floral pattern really insists on itself. No, it's not too much. It seemed to just grow naturally out of the wood. Leo said the hotel room looks like a depressing staff room. That is true. Nicer chairs, though. SM said they were rude for walking in front of you and David. No, they were not. Yolanda said, good morning, y'all. Yolanda and I had a good-natured argument about Harlem Nights on my trailer reaction to Critical Condition and the works of Richard Pryor. As I'm sorry for messing up the camera, and I say thank you. Michelle said, good morning. Hope everyone is doing well. I think so far so good. SM said, I hate when I pay through the Starbucks app and they have my name. I know. Neil said, Rob was once Roop. No shit. He's like, my name's Roop. And he's like, I'm posting this to Instagram. And then they got you. Rob said, heads up, the coxswain, is the guy at the front of the boat shouting now. An absolute coxswain. That is so old English where it's erotic without trying to be erotic, and I love it. Even if you just said a swain, either cox, he's a real cox, Or you just said he's a real Swain. It's almost the same level. Swain is such a weird... Thank you for filling me in. Big Daz said good morning. The Big Daz. Who can forget Big Daz? Tiffany said, there's a person at my local Starbucks who has spelled my name 10 different ways so far because it's a ruse. How many different ways can you spell Tiffany? Pogirl said, just saw your last Instagram post. Aw. Oh, you're talking about my photos? That modeling photo, I was getting my hair cut once. I was just started high school. It was before high school, maybe. And the stylist told my mother that I was handsome and I should be a model. And she went, well, if he thinks so. Who the fuck this person was, I have no idea. She took me to a photo shoot place who did not do like modeling headshots. They did, like baby photography or dogs and graduation photos and shit. And that's what we came up with. And they sent that to people. My grandfather knew somebody who worked as some talent agent. They sent that to people. Yolanda, yes, we sure did. Nell said, it's New York. People can walk. And they say they're walking too, which is so nice. I think they make the Starbucks baristas do small talk while you wait at the drive-thru. It can get awkward. One of them told me about their drunk friend falling down the stairs. I have been subjected to the unnecessary drive-thru small talk at Starbucks too. They absolutely do that. If you go to, I don't know, Burger King or a McDonald's drive-thru or some shit, they don't even look at you. But Starbucks, they've been trained to look. I agree. Pogirl said, cock of the walk. Pogirl said, those are my baby pictures. Leo said, what's the most embarrassing thing you did for someone you had a crush on? That's a good question. Someone I had a crush, just sometime. I think I got roped into going to movies that I hated. Oh my God, Puff is here. Hey, Puff, the great Puff is in the Spaces, and his profile picture, he looks like a fun genie. And if you want to talk in a bit, Puff, put an emoji or something. One of those things, and then I'll invite you in a minute. Couple minutes. Let me know. And if you don't, just say nothing. Just stay there like a genie. Oh, okay. That's a fist. Is that a fist of acceptance or a fist of defiance? Well, now you've put 2. Do you want to fight? You've put 3? How many Puffs are there? There's 4? These are fisticuffs. Okay, we'll talk to Puff in a minute. Nell said, my dog is with the vet this weekend because you usually get mad at dogs on the TV. I took the opportunity to rewatch Monster Ball. Oh, you mean Monster Brawl. Monster Ball. Monsters Ball, I think, has Halle Berry, Billy Bob Thornton. Monster Brawl is a completely different film. Nell said, so I could watch RJ fully howl with the volume up. That volume is all me. That howl is all mine. Christine, at first, I thought those shots were glamour shots. I guess they were, and that's certainly subjective. Neil said, there's a thing in the past because a lot of people got arrested. What? Oh, Sean said, going to a studio to have your picture taken is really a thing of the past, huh? No, people have photo shoots in studios, and it's still a thing. I mean, not at Sears, but it's still a thing. Mia said, you should be the next sexiest person alive. Paul Rudd, who? I would challenge the definition of me being a person. I'm almost like Max Headroom in a sense now. Okay. Leo said, are you auditioning for Paul Blart, the musical on Broadway? No, because I can't. I'm so bad on a scooter. All right. Let's bring in Puff. A wonderful Puff. Let's see if he can... I mean, he's a master of the Spaces. He should pop in no time. And I will make the coffee at the same time. Hello? You're on mute, Puff.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Dude, the genie line really got me. I do look like a genie.
You do. I have a friend who played the genie in the Aladdin musical.
No way. My sister just saw that on Broadway.
Oh my, yes. Okay. And that's very much the picture in the playbill. You know what I mean?
It's exactly that.
just this happy guy. Because I will say, if a genie is not happy, they can be terrifying because they can really do anything. They're godlike.
They have all sorts of mystical powers that could take over the world, honestly.
Now, have you seen Return of Jafar?
I have not, no.
Oh.
I'm not a big Aladdin guy.
Right.
I never saw the new remake they just put out.
Which is horrible, yes.
It was terrible. Even Will Smith as the genie?
Of course. There has to be something wrong with you to say, like, hey, do you want to remake this role, the Robin Williams role? Like, anyone who says, okay, sure, there's something wrong with them.
Yeah, that's true.
Blue Meanie is here and says, good morning, all. Did you guys wrestle, did you not?
We didn't wrestle each other. We teamed up.
Oh, that's right.
Against Pretty Ricky and Allison Kay.
Oh, yes, that classic tag team.
A match for the ages.
And you guys, there was I think there was thumb wrestling.
There was thumb wrestling. There was a 4-way nipple spot.
Well, because everybody had them,
Everyone's got them.
Yeah. I have.
Got 'em, flaunt 'em.
How do you feel? Let me tell you about my nipples. They've often been made fun of.
What?
Because they're fairly dark, and also some people say they're low.
Really?
Yeah, but they're not below my chest. I just have a long chest.
Yeah.
So,
That's strange.
do you have nipple insecurity?
I definitely do because they're more than often hard.
Right.
I can't think of the word I wanted to use.
Flaccid?
Not flaccid. Just always erect nipples.
Right.
I can't control them. You can always see them protruding through whatever shirt I'm wearing. And I get called out about it a lot, and I'm like, it's nothing I can do about it. That's just the way they are.
That happened to me when I first started in the business. I would experiment with various hair removal techniques.
Okay.
And one of them was, I thought, hey, I'll give Nair a shot.
Uh-oh.
And, basically the only direction is don't put it on your nipples. That's what it says on the bottle.
Yeah.
And of course, I was being a little too generous with putting it on. I got it on my nipple. My nipple stayed hard for the next 3 days.
That sounds like something that someone with a fetish would do.
Yeah, I'm sure they have. And the worst part was that it was only one nipple, so it looked like I was winking. Do you remember the first time we met? Because I don't.
I don't either.
Okay, but it was a while ago.
For sure. It might have been at an Empire State show.
That would make sense. I feel like you were around for a bit before you were wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay, you're very affable, almost like a mascot in a sense.
Yes, but a mascot for myself.
Sure, which is the best, and we should all be mascots for ourselves.
We should be. They should put that on a poster in a dentist's office.
For those people who are not familiar with you, describe your I don't even want to say gimmick because it's not.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. I don't have any sort of gimmick.
Describe your deal.
Describe what the fuck I am. Oh, I swore. I'm sorry.
It's totally fine. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm large and I'm righteous.
Well, define righteous, because when I think of large and righteous, I think of King Ralph starring John Goodman.
That's about right.
It says, okay, that's a good way to describe it then. Yeah. You do a lot of dancing.
I do a fair amount of dancing. I'm trying to actually do less dancing. I'm trying to
Why?
People take me serious because no one takes me serious in these big companies.
Have you heard that as a criticism?
Yes.
And they say what? Stop dancing, change your gear?
I've been pigeonholed as a comedy wrestler, believe it or not. And I've just been told, he doesn't like comedy wrestling.
Which,
okay.
I have been pigeonholed that way too.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's just because you can be funny.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Right? Most people who aren't pigeonholed as a comedy wrestler are not pigeonholed because they're not that funny.
Yeah, they're not entertaining.
Right. But you can also have regular matches. You are very athletic and smooth. And as I often say, I can wrestle. I just don't.
Yeah, why? It just seems like so much to do when you could do so little and get better. Like, dude, I was at C4 2 days ago.
Yes.
And all I did was come out and shake my hips.
Yeah.
And have you wrestled for C4?
I haven't, and they have asked me to, and I'm sure I will at some juncture, but I'm very friendly with them. And yes, go ahead.
Yeah, can you come soon? Because I haven't seen you in almost 2 years.
I know. Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Spend some time with you and just gossip. But,
yes.
It's a big building. They pack like 600 fucking people in there.
Yes.
And all I was doing was shaking my hips, and the building was rocking. This is just a little detail. Like, it was like a crazy, not to toot my own horn at all, it was like one of the most crazy reactions I've ever gotten there. And I look over at Blackwood, who is at like the music booth, and they're all like chanting Puff, and it's all like super loud. And I just look over at Blackwood, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go. It was one of my favorite moments so far.
Well, Nels just said, did you even hear the pop when you came out accidentally that time on AEW?
No, what was that?
I think maybe you came out as a best man. You were almost going to be best man or something.
Oh, yes. Yo, that was crazy. That was crazy because I never wrestled in Florida.
Right.
And I came out and did that, and there were people up in like the stands, like super far away because it was during COVID.
Right.
They couldn't be at the thing, and they were saying Puff, and I was like, "Oh, fuck, you know who I am."
Which, and I will also say though, you're not someone that I need to know to understand when you come out.
Yes, exactly. I think I'm very self-explanatory.
And it's almost like Gangrel in a sense, where I go, even if you're not familiar with the Attitude Era, you clue in pretty quickly that this is a vampire.
Yeah.
Speaking of, do you remember when we wrestled with Gangrel?
How could I forget?
He was so good. I do remember though that he spit the blood.
Yeah.
And it was a low ceiling.
Oh.
And he got blood all over the ceiling, and he felt like you could feel like a childlike embarrassment, like a oopsie, like the clumsy vampire.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know if I ever told you when we put together that match.
Yes.
It seemed like Gangrel was not liking the thing he had to do with me.
No, it was a very heavy comedy match.
Of course, it was you, me, Greg Iron, and him.
Yeah, yes, and you and I have been pigeonholed as comedy wrestlers.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And here's the thing: Gangrel's a vampire, man.
Yeah.
When you and Greg walked away, his mood kind of changed.
Yes.
When I was trying to, I don't know if I ever told you this.
No. Go ahead.
He like kind of growled, and he's like, I don't really like comedy stuff. And he just said it to me, and I was like, oh. And then in the match, we did that spot where he hits me with a clothesline, and I like fall back and shimmy up.
Yeah.
But dude, from the first clothesline, I was like, oh, okay, he really doesn't like comedy stuff.
Yes.
Because he was trying real hard to just knock me down. And I was like, shit, Gangrel.
He also expressed to me that he wasn't crazy about doing comedy stuff. But then he watched a couple matches with us, and then he went, oh, okay, I get it. He was just like, this is the only thing that's not on the show.
Exactly.
So, and in that regard, you don't want to, and that's, I always kind of feel that way about the comedy, is that it is literally comic relief. Yeah. You have to serve like a little appetizer, a little refresher. Because if you're just serving 3 courses of steak,
it would be a very rare occurrence if you were in front of a crowd that just wanted to see 2 basic looking dudes in underwear grappling with each other for the next 3 hours.
Yes. And
that's why I think it gets a great reaction, because it's a breath of fresh air on any show, you know.
I always say, like, if you see like 3 matches of a show, like that's it. That's like you're good. That's all you need to see. And you know,
That's all I need to see.
what is difficult, and I feel like bookers do this all the time, is that first of all, they will always put a comedy guy against a comedy guy.
Yes.
And it doesn't, they feel like you're funny, it'll be more funny. It's like, let me introduce you. Let me tell you about what a straight man is. Like, what, like, you know, you can't just have Bud Abbott and Bud Abbott. Like, it makes 0 sense.
Yes, 100%.
And then what they'll also do, and I've run into this before and it sucks, they'll put you on first.
Yeah.
And what they don't understand is that a comedy match is a parody of the actual wrestling. Yes. So you can't, to see the variation first, it's so confusing to people.
Yes.
Here. Oh, somebody wrote some nice. Oh, Ray said, I'm taking a picture of the Brood in the ring for their entrance 1,000,000 years ago and neglected to realize that I was about to get blood spit on me by Gangrel. Gangrel ruined her jacket. Yeah, and this was the Attitude Era, so he did not pay for it. Andrea said Puff is pretty absolutely good, which is so sweet. Oh, Mad Kurt is here. I absolutely hate having to do my comedy stuff with other comedy guys. Give me a tough guy, please. Absolutely.
Wait, Mad Kurt said that?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, Mad Kurt making fun of funny people makes no sense.
Yeah.
And also,
when he makes fun of Jonathan Gresham.
Yes, perfect, and as he should. I'm saying not that Jonathan Gresham deserves to be made fun of, but I'm saying the variety of the personalities. Faye Jackson is also in Spaces, and I want to say hello to her, and I want to thank her for changing her profile picture, because a couple weeks ago, it was very judgy, and I couldn't tell. Like, it looked like she was mad at me, just in the Spaces. You know what I mean?
100%. Let me just say about Faye Jackson, one of the most beloved figures in all of wrestling.
Yes.
Just like an overall joyful person, a pleasure to be around. I miss Faye Jackson.
And also, similar to you, almost like a mascot in a sense.
Oh, me and her had a match one time that was just a bunch of fun. Not against each other. I think we teamed up. It might have been like a 10-person match. But the stuff that we did was awesome. My
favorite is when you're in matches with people and you don't touch them at all because it's like an 8-man or whatever.
Oh, I had that 2 days ago.
And it's just like seeing a person at a party, and then as you're leaving, you realize you did not speak to them at all.
Exactly. I had that situation with Veda Scott.
Yes.
Friday night. I was like, hey, was everything all right? I don't think we literally touched at all. I was like, hey, great job. I
did that I was in one of those Elio DiPaolo Cup gauntlet things.
Oh, been there, done that.
And I think Gargano was in it. And I don't even think we were in the ring at the same time.
Yeah.
And of course, at the end, I came over and ironically gave him notes, but I don't think it registered.
He didn't understand.
I don't think he realized that. I didn't realize I didn't wrestle this person. My favorite thing is that, do you remember Ricky Johnson?
Maybe.
He comes to Greektown. He's the Rock's uncle.
Kinda.
Okay. He said good match to me once on a show that I was just attending and not on.
Yeah.
That was the best.
The only memory I have of Ricky Johnson was that they brought him out, and I didn't really know who he was, but I knew they were trying to give him like an ovation, and I just like started losing my mind for him. You
are a good, like, if you want if you want a surprise party, or if you want to create an emotion in the room, you're a good person to have. You initiate the emotion.
Oh, 100%.
I'm not. I will hang back.
Man.
Yeah, no, I will wait till there is full applause before I start applauding. Nug said, I'm thrilled to hear Puff on the show this morning. Isn't that what a sweet fella? Erica said, I like when Puff yells at Mario. Yeah, I don't know.
So I haven't been on Twitch in a while, but I was doing Twitch for a minute.
Okay.
And I'm not a big video game player. However, I'm fond of the Mario family of games.
Yes.
And I don't remember yelling at Mario. I don't often yell over it. I think I just get frustrated because I'm not good at video games. I play Mario Kart and lose every time.
This reminds me, as you know, Lou Albano played the live-action Super Mario.
Is that true?
You don't know this? You don't know this. He did the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
I had no idea.
I will send you a series of links after this. And he also was in a movie with Danny DeVito and Joe Piscopo called Wise Guys. And he plays a mobster, and I think they're in a hotel, and his car gets smashed, and he's screaming. And the hotel manager comes up to him and says, "Excuse me, sir, are you a guest here?" And Lou Albano grabs him by the shirt and says, "I'm a guest of your ass." And I have not stopped. Do you know when it's like a real stupid line and you have to repeat it like 10 times a day?
Yeah.
I'm a guest of your ass. Blue Meanie said, I had a match with Kikutaro that was billed as a comedy match. The rules were the first person to do a serious move gets disqualified. We had no idea what to do.
Oh, my God.
And go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, I had a match. My only time I had a match with Kikutaro, it was me, him, and Space Monkey. And, dude, they cut our time. We only had 8 minutes originally, and then they said that we could only go 6 minutes. And we had so many funny ideas. And, they didn't give us a winner for the match. So we just took that and we're like, hey, you know what we could do? We could all just come out and try and sell merch, and whoever sells a shirt first, they'll get to win. And
amazing.
We'll figure it out from there. And, but we never got to do any of the stuff we wanted to because we had 6 minutes.
Mad said, I like when RJ says, as you know, and then hits us with obscure movie trivia.
As you know, Lou Albano plays Mario.
No. Yolanda said, I used to watch the Super Show every morning. Kingdom said, Lou Albano is my Mario. So I feel like I'm in good company here.
Chris Pratt is my Mario.
Me and Psycho Mike had a kind of a long-ish feud at Super Kicked.
Dude, talk about a place that I'm not working anymore because of an incident last month. We'll talk.
Okay. Did you break a lamp or something?
No.
But this was years ago, and me and Mike were basically allowed to do whatever we wanted because it's hard for people to book for that.
Yeah.
We had this great idea that we never got to do. We wanted to have a series of matches, and we wanted to have an empty arena match. And we wanted it billed as an empty arena match, but, at the show, the following contest is an empty arena match. And, well, we get in the ring, we're about to lock up, and then we look around and see all these people and go, oh, guys, this is not, can you guys just leave? And our idea was that we would kick everyone out and make them wait outside. And then they would just hear various noises.
Dude.
And then Mike would come out and say, I won, everyone can come back in.
Psycho Mike, that's such a Psycho Mike match.
Yes.
People don't give him enough props. He's easily the most creative person I've ever been in the ring with.
Yeah. He always... My top of my list of who's someone that more people should know about.
Everyone who's listening to this afterwards should look up Psycho Mike Rollins.
Yeah.
And watch some of his matches on YouTube or anywhere you can find them.
Yes. He's great. We teamed together, and the name of the team was Two Guys.
Yes.
And me and Mike let's joke about something in the back and then actually do it.
Exactly. 100. Me and him had a match at Super Kicked where we found out that the match before us there was this huge fight that they tore down the ropes and then they put chains as the ropes.
Yeah.
And we jokingly said to each other, we should act like we don't realize that the ropes got changed, and then when we get out there and hit the ropes, we just get hurt a lot by hitting the chains. And then we just did that for the whole 10 minutes of just hitting the rope spots and falling down and getting hurt.
We did.
Never learned our lesson.
We wanted to have an Iron Guy match.
Oh, man.
And we wanted to make a big deal, like, ooh, like I challenge you to an Iron Guy match. And then they read out the rules, and it's just a regular 8-minute match. And then the other one was, it was like a 2-man Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
And you had to throw the other guy out 29 times.
Did that ever happen?
No, we never, like, we were really on the verge of, like, I think Ash had to go, okay, guys, like, this too much. You know?
There needs to be a place where that kind of stuff can happen.
There is probably like old wrestling.
Yeah. Maybe Japan. I feel like.
Yeah. Well, what's hard is it needs to happen on a regular show to be seen as ridiculous.
Yeah, that's true.
Because otherwise, if it's all comedy, then you're like, whatever.
Yeah.
Leo said, "Are you gonna work for the revived XPW?"
Am I?
Yeah.
I was offered, and hell no.
Neil said, "Psycho Mike versus Danhausen, where they wear tinfoil hats so they can't read each other's minds, is also a great match."
That is a fantastic match.
That is wonderful. I'm gonna stealing that. Andrea said, "You're killing me. Thank you. I don't know about what."
Probably the 2-man Royal Rumble.
Were you in, and maybe you weren't even in this match. It was on one of those Every Time I Die for Christmas shows.
Yep.
And were you in the Christmas street fight with me?
No, I wasn't.
I think it was. Now I feel like this is really, I'm stereotyping you. I think it was Dick Justice.
No, it was.
Okay.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Can I just say something really quick?
Please.
So, I was only like 4 months into wrestling then.
Okay.
I was in the Grapplers Anonymous because Grapplers Anonymous.
Yes.
I was in the Grapplers Anonymous 8-man tag match. But 2 years, it might have been the next year, I was in a match with Dick Justice and Thicky Dice. It was the Black Craft sponsor.
Yes, I've seen the documentary.
Oh, that documentary is full of lies.
Well, isn't the most of the business?
Yeah. But just one of my favorite anecdotes from that match at that show was Thicky Dice had to win, and he was going to win via fireball to Dick Justice.
Ugh.
Except he couldn't get the lighter to work. So he just spit lighter in Dick Justice's face. And I got to the back, and we all thought Dick was selling, but he was on his knees because he couldn't breathe.
Oh my God.
He just couldn't breathe.
Well, now, first of all, Andrea just said, I ordered underwhelming food, meaning her. I think she got a club sandwich. My advice to you, as always, is to order the Cobb salad because it really is a meal in a bowl, number one. Number two, let me tell the story about Dick Justice.
Yes.
I was backstage at ESW, and I'm very fastidious in particular about timing my energy drinks.
Yes.
Because sometimes what happens is I'll drink it too early, and then I'll peak, and then I'll go out there tired.
Yes.
So I was drinking very slowly and whatever, and it was like right before my match, and I grabbed the can, and I went, oh, there's still a little left. You know, in that you feel a little weight in the can, and you get excited?
Oh, no. I know exactly what you're saying.
So I went, oh, amazing. And I, throw it back. I'm like, I'll kill this. And I throw it back. And lo and behold, Dick Justice had been using it to spit his chewing tobacco. And chewing tobacco is one thing, but, spit tastes completely different. It did not taste like chewing tobacco.
No.
It burned. It really, really, really burned. And then also what's worse is like the thought of it made it more like I could probably eat a bug if you didn't tell me it was a bug. But it's the mental repulsion. And then he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I was like, "You can't just these chewing tobacco people will spit in every open bottle."
Yeah, everyone. It's crazy.
They need to really, bring back the spittoon.
Yeah.
Is what. Speaking of a spit, there was a kind of a spittoon backstage at ESW. There's a dedicated urination bucket.
Oh yeah.
There's no way to really go to the bathroom there in that locker room, which should be remedied.
Yeah, I mean, they'll never remedy anything.
No. Yolanda. Oh, Psycho Mike is a zombie now. Is there a zombie wrestling? Yeah, there was around Halloween. I don't know if Mike is a zombie now. Still, he certainly could.
He could be. He might still be.
Leo wants to know, which wrestlers did you crush on as a kid?
Did I have a crush on?
Yeah, well, both of us. I'll answer after you.
Okay. Oh, after me. I didn't really grow up watching wrestling, so
yeah. But there's no one you were like, hey.
You know who I really liked? Ashley Mazzaro.
Yes.
She was a beautiful lady.
You like the punk vibe?
Yeah, 100%.
I really, as a kid, I understand that, like, I had a crush on Mr. Perfect. Yeah. Like a man crush, what I thought was like, that's what you want to aim for as an adult.
Okay, yes.
You know what I mean? Like an inspirational, the way people feel about like a Bruce Springsteen, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Who else did I have a crush on that I was like, it's wonderful. I loved, I was a big fan of, it's so weird, Ivory.
Oh, yeah.
And she's also just amazing and very funny and like a good commentator. And it's one of those retroactive where I'm like, you were amazing. And I didn't appreciate it at the time. And I feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what else here. Kingdom said, knowing what it is would make me puke and haunt me forever. Yeah, that is absolutely correct. Nail said, RJ, in on your cage match page, it says your last match was when I beat Daniel Garcia. That's amazing. So maybe I should just retire for good.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? You know what I feel like? If I started wrestling again, what bothers me would be if I started doing the exact same thing that I was doing before.
Yeah.
It feels like a tremendous waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go.
I mean, it is.
I don't want to go back to normal.
Yeah.
I would like maybe a new normal would be fine with me. Like, let's make a few adjustments.
Yes, I 100% think we should.
And because, quite frankly, I think you should stop dancing.
Yeah.
Or have you thought of maybe a different dance?
I can't think of anything. I got nothing. This is all I have.
What was I? Oh, do you remember the worst match we ever had together?
No, why? You got one?
I'll see if you remember. Yes. Just in all the matches we've had, this was undisputedly like, oh, that didn't go so well. The multiple Santa Claus match.
Oh God. Oh yeah, dude, that sucked.
Yeah.
What was up with that match?
You guys were all Santa. I can't even remember. I feel like Dick was also in the match.
Dick was, of course.
I can't remember.
He was there.
Yeah.
Hakeem was there.
Yes. And there was multiple Santas. You guys were Santas. I'll tell you what the problem was, if I may be so bold.
That was the problem.
Who?
David Arquette, your friend.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He was booked, and then he was either injured or he had to do like a Richard Dreyfuss movie or something. And he was announced and then pulled, which is the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
And he still does not grasp that as much as I explained to him. But then am I crazy, or was the Godfather not also on the show and didn't do anything? Like he was supposed to do something with us?
The Godfather, he was there. He came out with like one of the referees, like 2 underage daughters in like skimpy dresses. It was weird.
Oh, I know. I feel like I thought he was supposed to do something, and then he was sick or something. And he's like, I'm not going to do anything. I feel like there was a Papa Shango thing that was going to happen. And he was like, no.
That might have been
But what I remember is it was a loaded show. It was like a classic ESW like 19 match show.
Yeah.
Because we're all getting those WrestleMania paydays. So, everyone has to get on the card. So it was like, it was either a 6-man or an 8-man. And they were like, you have maybe 10 minutes. And then, but when you're later in the show and the show is going long already, it steadily gets cut and you want to be as short as possible too. And
here's the thing. There's so many people that are wrestlers that have no concept of time management in a match.
Yeah.
And that's one of my biggest pet peeves.
I always want to go under my time and be like, hey, listen, like I got the point across in 5 minutes, so leave me alone.
Faster time.
But I remember us saying, like, we had 3 or 4 comedy spots and let's just do them and get out of there. Because, we're pigeonholed as comedy wrestlers. So, but we came out there, I may have had a promo, and then you guys came out, but you came out to All I Want for Christmas.
Yes.
Which is there's a very long ramp up.
Very long.
And I think that set us off course immediately.
Yeah. Well, then, they had this weird thing where Space Monkey was going to be their teammate.
Yes.
But he was also Santa.
Yes.
And he, came from out of nowhere. And they had his, music play. And we legitimately did not see him anywhere.
That was because that crowd, the way it's laid out, is everything's really, really flat. So the audience can't see someone unless they're in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a mess. He showed up out of nowhere. It was just in a Santa outfit. So it was just Santa showing up out of nowhere. And then he gets to the ring and takes the Santa wig and beard off. It's just Space Monkey, and then no one really cared because it was just such a long intro.
And by that time, my hair was dry.
Yeah, the energy drink wore off.
I forgot that I was in the middle of a show.
Yeah,
and you're just what are we? And it's just and then with so many people, when you do a match with a tag team or 6-man or whatever, it feels like you're organizing a group project in high school.
Yes.
And it takes a minute to get everyone on the same page.
Yeah.
And so, communicating that you're going to this spot, getting everyone in place takes an extra 3 minutes. And
100%.
I think we went at least 20 minutes. And I was just fucking ashamed of myself.
And then you guys won. And so the Santas lost. And then there was some weird,
Didn't you guys do a shield powerbomb? On candy canes or something?
Something like that. It was but what was the point of doing that? That the Santas just attacked after losing?
I think we all collectively gambled that this audience loved Christmas way more than they actually did. I think they were just okay about Christmas.
Yeah.
But we thought we were performing at the fucking North Pole, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Mia said, listen to this backhanded compliment, Puff. I don't know if I'm tired or you have a soothing voice, but I can fall asleep listening to you, RJ. So I have to deal with that. Yes, I don't like it.
You know, I can see it making you very uncomfortable.
I have the thing where I don't like hearing people eat.
Oh God.
So anytime there's silence, and then a sound, I'm not too interested. I hated the kids eating Jell-O in the first Jurassic Park.
Not in that Jurassic Park. I've never seen.
Oh, okay. Also starring Lou Albano.
Really?
No. Nail said, I hate group projects. It's hard to organize people who just want to giggle. That's very true. Rob said group projects before Chromebooks and tech using pens and paper and poster boards. And then you would just hope one of the kids' parents would take over. Ideally. Leo said, also in group projects, there's always some gob shit that wants to boss everyone around. Fuck them. I love how I really touched a nerve here with the group projects.
I was going to say, this conversation turned into just venting about group projects.
We never did Coffee and Underwear together, did we?
Never.
I feel like we were going to. I feel like did you have some show at some point? I feel like you guys asked me to do a video and I said, well, then and you do coffee too.
Oh yeah, I think me and Garcia were trying to do something.
Yes, but this was way before anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just never turned into fruition.
Yeah.
What is that word?
Fruition?
Fruition?
Yeah, Fruition. Yeah.
Okay.
You want to say fruits because you see fruit in your head, but it's fru, dash-ishin. Yeah. Yeah. You want to say fruitation.
Yeah, or Fruitopia.
Which was, let's bring that back. Let's bring that in Snapple.
Well, here's the thing. You guys have Fruitopia up in Canada.
Yeah, but it's not around. You have to go to some pretty dated convenience stores.
What? No way. It's in every grocery store. I went to a Loblaws last week.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I used to drink that when I came home from school every day and play NHL 98 on N64.
My school had a vending machine full of it, and then they discontinued it in America.
Yeah.
And then when I came back to Canada, and they have the strawberry one on tap at like every Canadian McDonald's.
Yeah, well, I don't go inside a McDonald's.
I mean, I haven't in a while, but I've gone into a McDonald's before.
Oh, well, this is good to know. We traded. Lou Albano is Mario, and Fruitopia still exists. Okay, all right, we're wrapping up. Do you have any plugs that you would like to plug?
Oh no, I just showed up. I just wanted to hear your voice.
I know, but this is a courtesy. I'm doing a courtesy here.
I don't know. Puff is God on everything. I don't know.
And that's it. And then you'll see him, and then I'll come and we'll have a serious match one of these days.
Yeah, we're gonna grapple.
Yeah. All right. It was lovely talking to you.
You as well.
I'll talk to you. I'm not going to talk to you soon, but relatively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At some point, we'll cross paths.
Yes. All right. Goodbye.
All right. I'll see you, buddy.
That was Puff, and it was adorable that he called and listened. He completely left. What an asshole. Didn't even stay in the room to hear me say nice things about him. That is a good human being. That was the program. Thank you, everyone. Let's get a little shot of the underwear. Sorry, the lighting again is so yellow. They're blue Calvins. They look, like a horrible navy. And this coffee, all the hotel coffee was very bad. So I'm going to go roam the streets and get more coffee later. So until then, Godspeed and God bless.